I've had the privilege of speaking to over 1,000 people over the last couple months, and I've noted these patterns between people that are stuck at the six-figure level or below, just people getting by, and those people such as Vaughn. Vaughn just sent me this message yesterday on Instagram. He went from a $5,000 to $10,000 per month income to $50,000 commission this month, his highest income ever. And it's not just Vaughn. Myself, as you guys know, if you're watching me for the first time, I studied with the famous Bob Proctor. I went from 0 to 100,000 per month within 45 days, not once, but twice. And it's changed my life, and I've taught this to over 400 of my clients, and they've been getting the same results. So we take a guy like Vaughn, for example, and I can clearly state why Vaughn can go out there and go from a $5,000 to $10,000 per month income in real estate. And by the way, you can do this in any business. It's all about taking care of your mind. And then to go from $50,000 in a single month, which is his highest income month. So by the end of this video, I'm going to be giving you the 6 steps that I've kind of realized about the summation of talking to these thousands of people, why I think these guys are broke or stuck at the 6-figure level, and the guys that go out there and quantum leap. What's going on, guys? It's your man, Mr. Law of Attraction, back for another video. This channel is all for solopreneurs, guys that are at the 6-figure level that want to quantum leap to that 100K per month level. They've been trying different strategies, different methodologies, hiring business coaches and funnels and ads and marketing, and they're working 10-hour days and nothing seems to work. And they've done all the marketing, they have all the knowledge, they have all the information, but yet things are not clicking. If that sounds like you, then you're in the right place. So let's go into number 1 of the 6 steps. Actually, let's work backward. Let's go with number 6 and then we'll work our way. These are the things that I've realized talking to 1,000 people. The first one is this. This is going to sound so weird, but playing too small. Yes, that's honestly one of the biggest reasons that's probably keeping you stuck at the 6-figure level. Now, hear me out. If you don't know it, if you never heard from me, trust me, this is how we have, and I'm not saying this legally because almost like the Andrew Tate effect, I don't want, like right now, I only have 15, 16,000 subscribers. I don't want one day, you know, when I have 1 million subscribers, somebody to record this and then bring it back into like, you know, fruition or something. But right now, we have about a 90% testimonial rate in our coaching program. I think we have 13 people that joined in the last month or so. 11 out of the 13 have had their highest income months in the first month in our coaching program, which is absolutely insane. Now, why is that? The first thing that I teach my 6-figure earners and solopreneurs is this. You got to play bigger. What a lot of people are doing is they're playing too small. You got to think big. That was the first lesson that Bob Proctor taught me. He's like, DeAndre, you have to set a vision so big, so powerful that it causes you to do things that you've never done before. Well, how would I know? All I know was I was driving for Uber. I was sleeping on a couch. I was sleeping in my car for 5 months, and I had never had more than $1,000, $2,000 in my bank account at any one time. So Bob's like, go in there and set a vision, and I'm like, well, I want to make $100,000 a month, and that was absolutely crazy to me at the time. And the fact that I did it within 45 days actually blew my mind, and I was able to help other clients do it as well. And that was the biggest thing that a lot of things that are keeping you stuck. So I'm assuming if you're watching this video up to this point now, the shoe fits, if you get what I'm saying. Everybody else is clicked off because they're distracted, or what I'm saying doesn't really resonate with you. So what I'm saying is resonating with you. So check me out on this. You're playing too small. You need to go for something bigger, something called the C-type goal. I've talked about this on the channel. Make sure you subscribe below. Go check out my master classes where I teach this all completely for free. No opt-in, just right here on my YouTube channel. You'll find a link in the description for that playlist, but don't go yet. Watch that after this video. I talk about something called a C-type goal, having a vision so big, so powerful that causes you to do things that you've never done before. So one of the reasons that most 6-figure earners are stuck is because they're thinking, man, I want to go to 10,000 a month to 20,000, or from, say, for example, from 10,000 to 15,000, from 20,000 to 30,000. You're thinking too small. You have to think so much bigger that you're doing things that you've never done. And when we talk about self-image, which is such an important part of how much money you're going to earn this month and how inconsistent or consistent your cash flow is and how predictable, it has to do with your self-image. So when you create a vision that's so much bigger than yourself, it causes you to get outside your self-image. So that's number 6. Let's go down to number 5. Lack of decision. Yes, this is such a powerful one. Ambivalence is having 2 feelings towards the same subject. What I noticed across my clients, for example, we took Anish. Anish was earning about $8,000 a month as a coach. And then I got on a call with him. He upgraded to my one-on-one coaching. And one of the things that we discovered is that he had two different feelings towards his offer. And one of them kept like a limiting belief. He was like, man, I love what I'm doing, but I don't feel like I can get my clients results. And even though we were able to take an $8,000 a month to $27,000 a week, right? That's another testimonial here. He was still having these empty feelings because he wasn't really sure if he could deliver results. As soon as we fix that, I just got a text from him right now. He's getting another $20,000 this week. And so what will happen is Many people, such as Anish, are lacking decision. You have to go all in on whatever it is that you want. Cut the boats and go straight in. Make a decision to hire that coach. Make a decision to build that offer. Make a decision to start the business. Make the freaking decision. What most people do is they're waiting for the outside world to magically have these, the money. Magically, the money's going to come and the people are going to come and the business is going to line up. It's never going to line up. Hear me right now. You make a decision. Once you make a decision, then you make the matrix bend to your reality. For many of you, you're waiting for the matrix to help you make the decision. No, you are the co-creator with the universe. You have the matrix within you. You're going to go and build and bend the matrix to your reality because you're going to make a decision that you are going to do this with or without. Even when I didn't have the money to hire Bob Proctor was like, yo, DeAndre, I need $30,000 if you want to come become a consultant with me. I said, I don't have it, but I'll find it. And I made a decision right there at that point. I put it on my grandfather's credit card, $5,000 on my grandpa's credit card, committed to monthly payments of $3,000 when I was only making $1,000 driving for Uber. And I just jumped in and I committed. It was one of the biggest lessons that I ever learned from Bob, subconsciously or indirectly, was that I made a decision. And once I made a decision, all the money showed up. And then boom, magically, whatever you want to call it, I was making $100,000 a month. You can do it. You got to make a decision. That's going to be a big one. Okay, let's drop into number 4 here. They don't invest in themselves, right? Well, many of these coaches and people that I find at what I'm calling a solopreneur, usually you're running your own business, you're making anywhere around $10,000 a month. It could be fluctuating, right, between $5,000 to say $30,000 a month. That's what I call a solopreneur, right? You're running it all by yourself. What I notice about these guys is that they don't really invest in themselves. They invest in business infrastructure. So what I mean like that, they typically go hire like a Facebook ads or a funnel guy or an email marketer or copywriter or funnels or marketing or YouTube strategy or Instagram strategy or posting strategies and business infrastructure, right? They're hiring for all these business things, but they don't realize that 5% of your results actually comes from the actual business. 95% of it comes from strictly, this sounds weird, from your frequency. Guys, my first month on this YouTube channel, I didn't know how to make YouTube videos. Like, I would just post YouTube videos, but yeah, I made $100,000 my first month on YouTube. Not even know how to make YouTube videos. Like, I just posted it up, but I was $100,000 per month frequency, and money just came to me in unexpected ways. That's how this works. So what happens is, they're investing more in the business or in infrastructure. They don't invest enough in themselves. When you level up your character, see, life is just like Grand Theft Auto. This video game, this simulation, this matrix bends to the reality of who you are, not what you want. Let me repeat that one more time. The reality and the things that you attract are based on your frequency, which are based on who you are and not what you want. You can want $100,000 a month. You can want a 7-figure business. But guess what? Until you become that person, nothing is going to come to your life. You're always going to self-sabotage and keep it out, or it's going to come up and down, up or down. You might go and manifest a huge income one month, but guess what? The next month, you're going to lose it. And you're going to go hire that coach. And guess what? You've been stuck for months. Nothing's working for you. You know why? Because you're not investing in the right place. The people that I've talked to over the last couple of months that have been stuck, or what I've seen in the patterns of these thousands of people, is that they're investing in something outside of themselves. The moment you take responsibility to realize that the problem lies right here inside yourself, which is your paradigm, your subconscious mind, getting the laws of the universe in alignment. You're a spiritual business owner, so you already know what I'm talking about. But getting in alignment with these laws, this is where things are going to go to the next level. So the thing that's stopping them, which is number 4, is they're not investing in themselves. They rather invest in their business. Let's keep going. The next one here. Number 3, fear-based. I've noticed these guys. So fear and faith are the same. They're both opposite spectrums. And I talk about this when we talk about the stick figure. So we have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the body, so on and so forth. I'm sure you've seen this before. If not, check out my other videos. So check this out. What I've noticed is fear and faith are both part of the subconscious mind. It's a frequency that you emit. What you do is you take your imagination and you project to the future, and you project with the two different future states. One of them is fear. Okay, let's talk about faith first. One is faith. You're using your imagination to, what if this is going to happen? Oh my gosh, what if this happens? And enthusiasm, right? What if this happens and this happens, and you're excited about life? Or you take that same imaginative feeling and you turn it against yourself and work in fear. What if this happens? And what if this happens? And what if this happens? What if I don't get the money? What if I don't get the, right? And they're living in fear-based. When they make decisions, remember, going back to decision, they make decisions based out of fear. And that fear attracts more what? Fear. If you're making decisions out of fear, and you're making content out of fear, and you're making videos out of fear, guess what you attract? It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So what you're attracting is more fear, and you keep in this negative cycle. I talk about it as the devil's language in some of my other videos. So what's happening is these guys that are stuck at the 6-figure level or below, is that they're making decisions based off of fear. What you have to do is flip the switch. And it sounds so weird. You can literally be making the same video, doing the same sales call, doing the same everything. But the moment you flip from a lack and fear-based to abundance phase, which is literally a flip of a switch, everything will start to flow to you in ways that will blow your mind. Like, I want you to understand, this is how my clients are going from 0 to 100,000 a month, from 8K to 27K a week, from 8K a month to 30K a month. Like, just check out the testimonial montage I posted last week. Like, they're just flying. Why? Because of what we're doing when we're flipping them over inside our coaching program. Let's go into number 2 here. They want something for nothing. Now, this one I would say is bigger on the people that are more broke. The guys that have less than $1,000, typically even less than a couple $100 to their name. I noticed this is a big one for them. They want something for nothing. They want everything. And you, being a six-figure earner already, you know that the guys that pay you the least give you the biggest headaches. They're the ones that refund. They're the ones that give you the biggest headaches, right? The guys that pay you the most, not only are they more fun to work with, they're just a blessing. What I've noticed around the broke people or the guys that are stuck at the six-figure levels, they want something for nothing. They want to hire a coach and they want everything. And they're like, yo, DeAndre, if I jump this program, like you're going to change my life. We're going to be brothers and this. And I'm like, bro, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, you need to put more responsibility on yourself, right? Or they want all the information. They come in and they're trying to steal everything and take everything away and watch all this stuff, right? And I remember that because that used to be me. For so many years, I used to pirate courses. I used to try to get something for nothing. And it wasn't until I actually spent some money and figured it out with Bob Proctor that things started to change in my life. So this one is really, really big. Don't try to get something for nothing. You get what you pay for. So, for example, in the school group, and this is my little shameless plug here for the coaching program, if you're spending $300 a month with it, you get what you pay for, right? It's much better than a YouTube video. It's going to get you results, and people are getting results. But guess what? $300 a month, which is my school group, and then paying $7,500 in my group coaching or $15,000 a month for one-on-one, guess what? You get more value, you get more time, and that's why you get better results. And that's why my biggest testimonials, which is 90% of my client rates right now, are in my upper level coaching. It's because you get what you pay for. Somebody wants a $300 value, but wants to only, $15,000 value, but only wants to pay $300 a month. That's not how it works. You get what you pay for. Always buy the best, whether it's the clothes, the cars, or whatever. It's just an investment in your business. Go for the best and have the best quality and pay people right, and you'll see great returns coming your way. And the final one here, but definitely not the least, is they quit too early. Guys, you know how hard my life has been? But guess what? Everybody sees my $100,000 months. Everybody wants the cars, the watches, or for some of you that you don't care about that stuff, you just want to live in Dubai or whatever. Have more time with your family. Your success is different from mine. That's fine. The point of it is using these laws to get what you want. I have been through so much bullshit. You have no idea how many times I've been on my knees crying to the Lord Jesus Christ, save me. Guys, times I did not eat for days. I was eating oatmeal with no fruit because I couldn't afford to get fruits. I would eat oatmeal with Splenda and sugar and and cinnamon. And I would eat that for 3 days, or I have 4 cents in my bank account. I wouldn't have food for days, or I slept in my car for 5 months. Or there's one time I drove to New Jersey from Miami. I ran out of gas. I didn't have enough gas. I had to wait for the deposit the next morning. So I slept on the side of the road in my car. Next morning, the deposit hit. I put enough gas and I got back to Miami. Guys, you know how many times I've been through BS, or times I had to hire coaches starting on credit cards? Guys, I've been through so much, but that's why I've earned 7 figures. Everybody quits too early. You quit too early. If you want to get to the 7-figure level, you're going to have to be in the 1%, which means you're going to have to do things that people are not willing to do. You're going to have to separate yourself. You cannot quit. Resolve. That's literally what I have tattooed right here on my neck. It's from Jim Rohn, which is promising yourself you're never going to give up. You may not be the best at sales, the best at content, the best at anything, but if you never quit and you always get better and you give it your best shot, you will succeed. You may not know what's going on. You may not know the next step. You may not feel like you're foggy, but guess what? As long as you don't quit and you keep progressing and you keep leveling up your character more than the outside world, like Jim Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you do on your business, then guess what? It will all work out in your favor, but it will never work out if you quit. So guys, if you're ready to go to the next level, please check out the, we have some applications right now. If you want to go ahead and work with us in the coaching level, you can go ahead and book a call with me in the link in the description below. At this point, if you're looking for $300 a month, that we have the school group. But right now, I'm going for those 6-figure earners, the guys that want to hit 100K months, because my goal is $1 million a month. Only way I'm going to do that is by helping you get to 7 figures. That's the only way to do it. So if you're ready for that, go ahead and book a call with me. If not, welcome to the channel anyways. I'm here to serve you at the highest level. As you see, I give you great content regardless. Subscribe below. I'll see you in the the next video. Mr. Law of Attraction out.